Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast. This is another Asian movie collection addendum video. We got mostly Japanese flicks tonight, but a few other little surprises. And all of these are horror movies, so just because Halloween's over doesn't mean we stop covering horror on this channel. So we're just going to keep rolling with it. And there's some pretty solid purchases here. So the first one that we'll get to here is one from a few months ago, and this is from Error 4444, and it was a bundle set of 3 movies that came with some trinkets. So the first one is it's a doozy, and this is a Hong Kong film, Red to Kill. Yes, I've talked about this film for years at this point, on and off. And I've been waiting for a long time to get a tricked out Blu-ray release of this movie, so this was a very big release for me. This and their previous release of Run and Kill were both pretty big. Now, Red to Kill it's a Cat 3, I don't know how to describe it. It's basically a dude who goes around assaulting and murdering women. Is basically the plot of the movie. And I actually have a full-length review of this one on my channel. And the violence in this one gets very depraved. And the scenes are quite harrowing. So yeah, you have to be into intense movies to watch this one. This is one of the more notorious Cat 3 films of all time, really. And the actor who plays the villain gives a legit performance. He's just like a complete psychopath. Complete psychopath. Here's the Blu-ray. I think these are all Region A Blu-rays. They're either Region A or All Region. You could check the website for details. And that's the disc there. Very harrowing, nasty dude. So, yeah, there's some epic thriller scenes in this movie. You'll be shaking your head when you watch it. And if you want additional thoughts, check out my full-length review. Well, actually, I'll give you a sentence here. A social worker takes on the case of Ming Ming, a mentally disabled young woman recently orphaned after her remaining parent is killed in a car accident. And let's just say a really bad guy targets her. Now, special features on this. It's a new 2K uncut restoration, audio commentary by Bruce Holochek and Art Edinger, and Category 3 discussion with Arnie Venema and Mike Leader, and a video essay. So, yeah, very solid release. I have not checked out the special features yet, or actually watched this yet on Blu-ray, so I still have to get to this on Blu-ray. Yeah, this is if you're into nasty Hong Kong flicks, it's a must-own. It's good stuff. The second film in this set, I guess you could say, is a Japanese horror film that I did see and review on this channel in my Asian horror playlist, I believe. Never thought it would ever get a legitimate release in the United States, but I was wrong. And that is the Mukuro trilogy. Mukuro trilogy. Now, they call this a trilogy. It's really one film that's like an anthology film of 3 short films in one. I recently did a review of it on this channel for a horror month, I guess you could call it, October. And, yeah, you can check out my full-length review for thoughts on each of the short films. This is nasty stuff. This like, harks back to the Japanese gore films from the 1990s. Maybe not as extreme as, like, All Night Long or, you know, Naked Blood and stuff like that. But it gets pretty nasty. It does. So you have to be in a very particular mood, I think, to enjoy this one. I think Red to Kill is more purely entertaining, kind of, in some aspect, even though it's probably even more offensive than this film. But, yeah, this is like straight-up gore, torture type stuff. Very thin plot. But, yeah, it's Apartment Inferno, Sweet Home Inferno, and Just Like a Mother are the names of the short films. Now, the special features here, director-approved high definition, interview with a bunch of actresses. Interview with special effects artists. The special effects are good in this. The director, Katsumi Sasaki, interview with him. Tons of interviews on this. Making of Gore, So it's a making of special effects feature. A little short film that I have not yet seen, and then a music video. Interesting. So, yeah, another very solid release. Oh, this is all region. This one is all region. Let me check. This is also all region. So these are all region discs here, which is very nice. But yeah, check it out if it's your type of thing. Check out my full-length review if you want more info. But now the next one here actually already got a release from Third Window Films. So I kind of double-dipped. But this movie is called The Crazy Family. And I also have a full-length review of this one. I don't keep you people in the dark when it comes to releases. Yeah, this movie's pretty crazy. Well, it's in the title. And it's more of a comedy type flick. Having recently relocated his family from a cramped apartment in Tokyo to a spacious suburban home, a man is hell-bent on keeping his picture-perfect idea of middle-class success alive. But his family is going crazy in the process. And there's some collateral damage to the home along the way. So this is a very interesting film. And, you know, if you want to explore Japanese films from the 1980s, this is definitely one that you got to put on your list. Now, this is a director-approved remaster, audio commentary by Tom Mess, director Sogo Ishii interview, again, a director very worthy of exploring. And then there's a video essay and new English subtitles. So yes, again, you could check out my full-length review if you want more info. Another solid release, all-region Blu-ray. Or I guess region ABC. So yeah, that was the set from Error 4444. And then with this set, I got like a bunch of trinkets and stuff. I don't greatly value like trinkets and stuff like that with the movies. I really want the movies, but because I got the films, I got all these extra like posters. There's like a poster for the Mukuro trilogy. I'm not going to unfold all of it. You know, a poster for each film, basically. I kind of want to open the Red to Kill one. Will it be appropriate? No, it's got some... It's a drawing, but it's got some nudity in it, so I'm not going to show that. So you get 3 posters with this. You got additional Blu-ray covers for some of these flicks. And some of them get pretty crazy, the artwork. Oh my. That was a little bit... Yeah, that was a little dicey there. And then you get keychains. So the one my favorite one is the Red to Kill one, which I will use in the future when my current keychain wears out. Yeah, this one's pretty sweet. The Red to Kill one. Yeah. So yeah, that's... Of all those movies, I would say Red to Kill is the must-watch if you're into violent, offensive films. And then I would say Crazy Family would be a second priority, and then Mukuro would be third if you're kind of like a gore hound, a torture guy. All right? So I'm very nice pickup. Error 4444 has impressed me with their selection of movies. Some stuff I never thought would get a release, and they're releasing some of it. So, and some of these are essential like films. I've been waiting forever for a Red to Kill and a Run and Kill Blu-ray release. So they give us both. All right, let's move on. Should we do the Korean one next and then finish off with all Japanese? That sounds like a good idea. All right, so let's do the Korean one next. This is a big time release. It's out of print, I think, at this point. I got this on eBay, but this is the second sight release of Gonjiam, Haunted Asylum. I did a review of this one a few years back. This is a legit scary found footage horror flick. It's definitely one of the best that Korea has ever done. And they've only done maybe a handful of them over the years. Some of them are good, some of them not so good. But this one, in terms of scare factor, is one of the best. The crew of a horror web series travels to a legendary abandoned asylum for a live broadcast. Things take an unexpected turn when they begin to experience more than they imagined. And I did buy the regular Blu-ray of this, but I saw some of the limited edition contents, and it kind of piqued my interest here because it looked pretty sweet. Now, special features are a new audio commentary by Mary Beth McAndrews and Terry Mesnard. I'm not really familiar with them. Fear of the Unknown special feature, archive featurettes as well, a bunch of them. Trailers, press conference footage, and then you get the limited edition contents here, which is a rigid slipcase, a 70-page book with new essays, and 6 collector art cards, all right? So, yeah, if you're into, like, newer Korean horror films, I think this is kind of a must-watch, just because it's solid quality, and it's just a good overall flick. Now, this is the booklet, and the booklet kind of piqued my interest, too. I really like the artwork in this. It's all, like, black and dark red type stuff. So, I just really like the look of this as well. Now, the essays here, this is a 68-page book. You get cast and crew summary, a Haunted Asylum write-up, the legend and legacy of Haunted Asylum, based on a true story, and another one, technology in East Asian found footage films. So, some pretty interesting write-ups here. And this is jam-packed. So, yeah, I will definitely be reading this at some point in the future. I'm a little behind on reading the books that I buy with these releases, but I will get to it. Now, this is another thing that kind of... I'm going to open this here. These are like the poster or the art cards here. And there's some pretty sweet... again, it's all like black and red. It's all like black and red type stuff, which I love the aesthetic on these. So it's nice that we're still getting some like really, really solid Asian horror releases in recent memory. Now, if you want this release, now you may have to get it in the secondary market. Or who knows, maybe it'll get another standard release. But you could get the regular Blu-ray release still on like Amazon and eBay. It's just the special edition is going to be harder to find. But yeah, I'm I'm glad I picked this up. This is a pretty nice set, and this looks like it's a region. This is a Region B release. Region B. All right, just so you know. Strong supernatural threats is the certificate wording for you. But yeah, this movie creeped me out. It did. I am kind of a found footage guy, though. I tend to like the style. But yeah. Gonjiam. Check it out if you haven't already. Alright, now we finished with all Japanese stuff. Do we do the big recent release first? No, we'll do it last. Alright, well, actually, this is a big recent release, even though we're going out of order, so to speak. Now, this is a big fan of this director. I cover him all the time. It's Koji Shiraishi's Senritsu Kaiki World, Kowasugi. Now, this is the 10th installment of this direct-to-video franchise. I think most of them were direct-to-video. And I've covered a bunch of them in my Asian horror playlist. A bunch of them just showed up on Daily Motion with subtitles. So if you're into like really low-budget horror that's creative, this series is really cool. They're all documentary style, but they're not... You know, this is the director of Noroi, which is really creepy. But these films are more like quirky and fun and creative. Now, all of my Blu-rays and DVDs of this franchise do not have subtitles. So none of the Japanese physical releases have subtitles. So it's just something you just got to deal with. If you need the subs, you can watch them on Daily Motion or, I don't know, I guess download them or whatever. But yeah, these movies are like, you basically get a few investigators, have their little investigator club. They get a found footage video from someone. And then they investigate, and crazy stuff happens. Now, the negative to all these films is that the special effects are really cheap, and some of them could get CGI'd, so cheap CGI. But the creativity more than compensates for the cheap CGI that you'll see occasionally in these. And some of them can get creepy, but most of them are quirky. So yeah, I watched this and I enjoyed it. I hope he does more of these. I hope he just continues to do these forever, because I've enjoyed basically all of them, more or less. But you got to be into like the lower budget horror type stuff to get into it. But yeah, no subtitles, but it's region A because it's Japanese Blu-ray. But yeah, if you're a fan of him, this is out now, and I got it on Yes Asia. All right. Actually, that might be on Daily Motion too now that I think about it. All right, the next one here, I have not seen. But I don't know where I heard about this. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll go on Yes Asia or DDD House, and I'll just scroll for Japanese horror movies. And if one looks pretty cool, I'll just blind buy it. But I want to say I looked this up, and there were some short reviews of this one online that were generally positive. So I'm kind of interested in seeing this. And the English title is called Visitors, the Complete Edition. And I don't have a lot of knowledge of this. This is a DVD. I got the Yes Asia DVD, Region 2, no subs, I think. But it looks like this is about an hour long, 60 to 70 minutes. And apparently it has some Evil Dead inspiration, but it also transitions to something else. That's all I know about it. So apparently it's supposed to be pretty good, though. So we'll have to see. It looks like it's pretty gory, too, or like low-budget gore. And seems like Japan has really gone into more of the lower-budget gore-type stuff over the last handful of years. Transitioning away from, like, you know, the Ghost Girl stuff. Although they still make Sadako films, unfortunately. But, yeah, I'll let you know what this is. Either I'll wait until we cover this year. This is a 2023 film, though. So if it's good, I'll probably just do a review of it. But if not, we'll cover it in my Asian horror playlist when we hit 2023. We're currently on 2019 we're getting into. So, yeah, that's one to look out for. I'll let you know. And then the big recent release that I just got in the mail the other day. And there's a few that came out just in the past week, and a few of them are still in the mail. So I'll cover them in the next few weeks when I get them. There's one from Arrow, I think, that I have not received. And then there's this one, which is from Radiance Films, which has some really awesome box sets every once in a while of Asian stuff. And this is the Daiei Gothic box set. That's a pretty sweet cover right there. And that's my girl. She's the reason you get this set, all right? If that's the movie I'm thinking of. So this is 3 movies, all right? Now, the region code on these is A and B. So these are A and B region codes. The first film, Ghost of Yotsuya. The second film, The Snow Woman. And the third film, The Bride from Hades. Now, the Ghost of Yotsuya is one of the most popular legends or stories in the history of Japan. It's like super insanely popular. And I covered this in my Asian horror playlist. And, you know, it's nice to get a tricked out Blu-ray now of this one, because this movie deserves it. And the one, I think this is the one, they've had multiple adaptations of this, I believe. But I think this is the one that you'd want to watch. I think it's from 1959 or somewhere around there. And I don't want to tell you this story because it's such a classic. If you haven't seen it yet, it's just worth watching going in blind because it's such a popular story. But this is like really good stuff. And this particular adaptation is also very good. Well, I'm not going to tell you this story. It's old school, kind of a samurai era type horror film. And yeah, the special features on this, appreciation by filmmaker Kiyoshi Kurosawa, a 20-minute interview just filmed this year. The Endless Curse of Oiwa, a visual essay, another new special feature, 22 minutes long, trailer, newly improved subtitles, reversible sleeve, and then an 80-page perfect bound book, which I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, this is... If you're interested in just Japanese horror at all, this is a must-watch. It's a really good movie. All right, the next one is one of my all-time favorites, Japanese horror movies. And this is what I got really excited about when I saw that this set was getting released, and that's The Snow Woman. I've always known this film as Ghost Story of the Snow Witch, and this is the version from 1968. And I mentioned in my Asian horror playlist that I think this is even better than the short film in Kwaidan. So it's that good of a movie. And it's a feature-length film, so it can develop the characters a little bit more than the short film in that anthology set. But yeah, this is just a phenomenal flick. And you may have seen adaptations of this in American movies and other stuff, and you may not have known. So this is a very classic story right here. So it's, I mean, again, this set is worth owning for this and Ghost of Yotsuya alone, just those two films alone. Now this one has an appreciation by filmmaker Masayuki Ochiai, 16 minutes long. The Haunted Mind of Lafcadio Hearn, 7 minutes long. Trailer, reversible sleeves, and the booklet, obviously. So if you have not seen this movie, must watch. So, I mean, you can already see already we're 2 out of the 3 movies in this set, and both are must-watches if you're a fan of Japanese horror, especially the classic stuff, because these are flicks from back in the day. Now, the next film, I don't think I've ever seen, unless it was under a different title and I saw it, but I don't think so. And that is The Bride of Hades. The Bride of Hades. Now, this... when I saw the title, I'm like, I never seen this movie, so I'm kind of excited to check this out. I like the lanterns. Hopefully, based on this, I hope there's a lot of nighttime lantern shots in this. But yeah, so Noble Samurai. You notice how a lot of these are like samurai era type stuff. And Japan made a ton of samurai-era horror films in the 50s and 60s and even into the 70s. And then they started to taper them down. But it's always cool to see one. So you have a samurai visited by a beautiful courtesan. She pleads with him to marry her and save her from a life in a brothel. He's captivated by her beauty and agrees. But he fails to realize that there's something up with her. So yes, be careful out there, fellas. Be careful. But this is a appreciation by filmmaker Hiroshi Takahashi, 18 minutes long. Audio commentary by Jasper Sharp. And reversible sleeves and trailers and stuff. So, hey, I'm interested in checking this out for the first time. So it looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. So this set is money. It really is. And I can't wait to watch Ghost of Yotsuya and Snow Woman on Blu-ray. I mean, that's just going to be... Because some of the visuals in those are pretty awesome. This is the booklet that comes with this set. That's pretty sweet. You got, like, the skeleton, like the bones and stuff. And the skeleton. Now, this booklet is... Oh, boy. Over 76 pages long. Get the Ghost of Yotsuya cast and crew. Snow Woman cast and crew. Bride of Hades cast and crew. And it looks like there's just information and pictures. And then we get The Sword in the Shadow, a write-up by Tom Mess. The Haunting of Japan by Zach Davison. A review of Ghost of Yotsuya by Mami Ogura. A review of Snow Woman. Review of Bride from Hades. Yuki Onna. Do they include a short story? The Snow Woman short story in this? Oh, no, they talk about it. Okay, they talk about it. That's pretty cool, though. They talk about that story. A Passional Karma, another thing they talk about from Lafcadio Hearn. And then transfer notes and credits. So, another very solid book here. We got some cool artwork in here, too. And a lot of this is like old school, like Japanese legend type stuff. So, I mean, this box set, as soon as I saw it was getting a release, I pre-ordered it. And it is a limited edition, 4,000 copies, which is a pretty beefy limited edition. But if you're interested, pick this up, man. I mean, this is just... So yeah, there's some pretty impressive, very happy with some of these purchases I got in this horror haul. And I got, of course, more horror movies that I'll cover maybe in the next video. I'll be doing more of these videos. I usually do more of these hauls in November and December, leading up to like the holidays and shopping season and stuff. So, yeah, look forward to that. And as always, folks, if you've seen any of these movies, let me know what you think. But I'll see you next time.